Good evening, my true crime horror fans. I hope you all are doing well out there, taking care of yourself, doing what you got to do to keep the month rolling here. I know it has been a challenging month for me, a challenge to keep up with everything that I want to get done this month, and I'm working hard at it. I'm also kind of having fun while I'm doing it too, because it all ain't about work. And I'm doing something that I love when I do my videos because I like people to find out about things, especially if you're a true crime fan like I am. So this one is going to take us to an interesting situation. I'm sure a lot of us have heard already about the Nigerian love scam that's out there. I don't think you can almost get onto a website that involves meeting people, hooking up with people, or anything like that, where you don't come across somebody that's trying to take advantage of you. And my Facebook got hacked, and just the other day I was looking at puppies and said I like this puppy. They're immediately trying to sell me puppies, and it was just like the bums rush. I don't know if you know that, where they're just trying to not give you time to think, but trying to, push you to make this purchase and do what they want you to do. Very pushy kind of people. That should be the number one heads up on that. And then, so this one, it takes place because the Nigerian love scam, of course, is very prevalent. People know about it. Things are always morphing under the black world as well as in the world itself. I mean, nothing stands still. Think of the Rona and how much it's just, mutated, and virus has changed just much as a virus has changed. This is kind of like an awful virus as well. So there was a young man about a year ago who was living with his family, living in a small town, happy, doing his thing. He was a successful football player, had a girlfriend, was in a small town where at least most of the town knew him. Always had a smile on his face, friendly, just the type of person to get taken advantage of because he's a caring type of individual. So Jordan was an amazing young man. He was always happy. He always had a smile that lit up the room, his father said. He affected so many people in a positive way and was much larger than life type of person. And he loved the outdoors, loved to fish, loved to hunt, loved to boat, all of that fun stuff that you do when you're living out in the wilderness, just enjoying life and everything that the earth has to offer. Jordan DeMay was ready to go on vacation with his family. He bought suntan lotion, packed his bags, and was set to take off to Florida the following day for some time away, probably much deserved time away. It was March 24th of 2022. The 17-year-old from Michigan went to his room that night. His parents went to bed. Within hours, the high school senior was gone, gone for very strange reasons. And the father holds somebody else accountable, but ultimately it was himself that extricated himself off the face of the earth. Parents did not have any idea how or why this could have happened. You know, it was like, what is going on? They had no idea. I mean, he was excited to go on vacation. Like I said, he was a nice kid, seemed to have everything going with him. His parents were left in a mystery. Now, that's not unusual, right? A lot of times you don't know what's going on in somebody else's head. It's hard to just decipher really when you see somebody. Are they being Robin Williams or are they being for real? And I mean, like Robin Williams presented a front of always being happy, always wanting the world to make the world laugh. But inside, much as comedians are, he was not a happy individual. And that ended up having some devastating consequences for him, as well as other comedians that we know and love in our comedian world. So then, apparently, it has started to happen with a single message around 10 o'clock. It appeared to be from a young lady with the username of Danny Roberts. It was a simple hello. Jordan responded, and for a couple hours, the two messaged each other back and forth. There was no Danny Roberts on the other end of that hello. It was Samuel Ogashi, 22. He allegedly sent a message to Jordan saying, I can send this news to everyone, so you can send your news until it goes viral. Just pay me right now and I won't expose you. And I'm sure that was after some, cute little talk, messages exchanged. Let me see a picture. Oh, you're so cute. Show you yours. I'll show you mine type of thing going on. And this kid's just young. The world is new. If you make mistakes, you're meant to make them when you're young. Hopefully you survive them all. But in this case, that didn't happen. And my heart goes out to his family because I know how easy it is to be taken advantage of on the internet. They do a lot of research a lot of times, find out about you, find out about your family, locate your weaknesses so they can get up there and get at you. So, you never should feel ashamed of what's going on if you get caught in that scenario. You need to not feel ashamed and you need to act. These people ain't afraid to act against you. I can send these nudes to everyone, and you can also send your nudes until it goes viral. Yeah, this was the pressure put on him very fast. They never let him go, let him never go. Because, like I said, they're like piranhas. They just keep on you. Once you're in the water, they're just going to surround you and just keep at you till they get what you want, until you just break the communication, which I did with those Chihuahua people. It was really a cute dog, and I didn't want somebody else to be suffering because I'm sure that was their dog that they were selling all under the right conditions, and somebody was typing their information to use in a bad way. They wanted money. He asked how much. They said $1,000. He couldn't pay that, so they negotiated. Yeah, you don't have that. How much do you have? That's what the puppy people told me too. He ended up paying $300 in several small amounts. I mean, the kid was 18 years old, still going to school. Working anything was probably just a part-time job because he did play football at the same time. The extortionist then sent Jordan's picture to his girlfriend. When she discovered the photo, she called to let him know. But by the time she got the photo, it was already too late. The damage of the photo had already been done. And sometimes if you get that put in that position and you make a mistake, you just got to buck up and be wild about it. There's nothing new in this earth, nothing new that we haven't seen before. And I know it's put out there into the internet, like forever, but it always goes away with the next scandal as well. And sometimes if you look at movie stars, they just step up and say, do it. And they go on with their careers and they go on with their life and life goes on. It is a mistake that shouldn't cost you such great consequences, especially if you're a young person. And if you're one of those extortionists, there's another plane in this world that's going to be dealing with you. So this was in a small town in Michigan that this happened. And it demands, that he pay the money for the secrets. FBI became involved once they figured out what was going on. They joined with the police in Michigan to investigate the death of 17-year-old Jordan DeMay. And they did find a bunch of young men and teenage boys that had the same process done to them. Now, I don't know what the consequences were for all of these young men, but just think of all the money that these extortionists are getting, Anyway, so the police were involved in it. They worked with the Upper Peninsula and they worked with the Mariquette County State Police. DeMay thought he was chatting with a girl on Instagram about his own age. The conversation quickly into a request for, you know, salacious, salty, whatever they call it these days, pictures. And once he shared images of himself, which then pretty much probably stayed on him until they got them, then it turned into demands for money in exchange for silence. Never would have been anything like that. Once you make a mistake, just go with it. It turned out, once the FBI got involved, on the other end, there were two brothers from Nigeria using a hacked Instagram account. They researched him online using details about his friends and family to make target threats. They also tried to contract more than 100 people the same way. The pair, Samuel and Samson Ogashi of Lagos, Nigeria, have pled not guilty. The FBI has seen tenfold increase in this type of cases since 2021. At least 3,000 children and teenagers have been targeted, and more than a dozen have resorted to, not wanting to go on anymore in this world. And many schemes are believed to be originating with these scammers based in African countries such as Nigeria and the Ivory Coast. Most victims are between the age of 14 and 17, but kids as young as 10 have been targeted. Demay's mom, Jennifer Buda, said he was an easygoing high school athlete with a girlfriend and a big circle of friends. He was preparing to go on a trip to Florida with his father the night before his expiration, she said. His family has since spoken out, urging parents to talk to their kids about what goes on the dark of the internet. Okay, so when these boys are saying that they feel like they're not guilty, and I bet you in their eyes, they feel like they are not guilty. Because when this all started happening in the beginning, I used to, of course, always be checking it out. This inquiring mind always wants to know. They used to say that we owed them here, that because they were enslaved here, that we owed them, and this is their way of getting even. But they do that all across the world to no matter who it is, they don't care who it is. They are just basically trying to profit for their own means only. And then when you go and look at it, they have like a really nice house, and there's just a bunch of people in this house on their phone or on their laptops, men and women. They're just all in there doing the same thing, like it's a call room service center. And they don't feel guilty, and I bet you that's why they have no conscience about pleading not guilty in this situation. The thing is I'm so glad that they were caught, because this is a tough thing to do. But now I think that things are beginning to turn around a little bit when you've got the hackers out there, hopefully with the same intelligence and the same amount of time as these people who have the time to sit around all day and concoct evil schemes to take advantage of other hardworking people. Because they know, and and I know, these people that they're running scams on aren't, like ivory tower, own your own airplane type of people. These people are working hard for their money to have somebody come up and take advantage of them like that. And to think about young people in a very malleable part of their life, and how critical it is for them, and how self-conscious they are at that age. It's not far to reach to think that they would resort to this type of activity, because they can't even imagine how they're going to get through it or see the other side of this problem coming to fruition. So with that, I love you all. And I hope if somebody is involved in any way, shape, or form in any type of plot like this, I do have some information coming up to get some help here. Take care of yourself and be safe. Love you all.